after a 3-day wait. Oh shit, I just realized by the time I drop this video, I'ma already have new videos up. But listen, I haven't done a deep dive. Well, not a deep dive, but I haven't done a serious informational video in a while. And after all this time, Zio is now back and reborn. He's came up out of the grave and he's back, baby. He's gonna put some new knowledge on ya, nigga. He's gonna put some new knowledge on ya. And speaking of that, here's got a new 365 tattoo. That shit probably backwards for y'all. But yeah, I ride or die about this community. Fuck you talking about? Fuck is you talking about? You can't tell me Zio don't love his fans. Not even fans, my family. Simple. But today, bro, I was looking on Instagram, and I'm not gonna get too deep onto the post I seen, but in the comments there was a comment that said, isn't Opium already a label? How are they not signed to Interscope? And it's obviously alluding to Homicide Gang, right? And so I'm basically going to help, because it seems like people don't understand the difference between a regular record label and an imprint label. So I'm going to help differentiate. Fuck is you talking about? I know some long words. Differentiate the difference of the two. So let's get into it. Now, before I can explain how an artist ran label works, I'm gonna have to tell you how a regular label works, so then you can understand how it differentiates. You feel me? All right, so let's get into it. Record labels are obviously music companies that range in size. We have small labels such as XO Records that have rights of early Adele albums, Goblin by Tyler the Creator, and a great deal of Radiohead albums. These independent record labels basically just mean they aren't affiliated or funded by the big three major record labels, which I'm gonna definitely explain to you those big three. And you definitely heard of them because they've always been there, and they're basically the top of the iceberg that then breaks down into all these different record labels. These independent record labels usually work with smaller companies for distribution and publishing. Now, just because they are labels doesn't entirely guarantee they can pay for everything out of pocket, but usually they try to do as much as they financially can while also doing all of their promotion of their artists on their own end. If you feel like signing to an independent label is risky for your career and you don't believe that they can take you to the places you think you deserve to be, well, you can always go the traditional route and sign under the umbrella of the three major labels and go to one of the more popular, bigger labels that have that backing. These larger labels are the labels you pretty much always heard of in your life, such as Atlantic, Columbia, Def Jam, Epic, Interscope, etc. Larger labels are usually always organized under that big three umbrella. And referring to the big three that I was talking about earlier, we have UMG, the company that's literally beefing with TikTok about not getting paid enough, and so they took all their music off of the app. Sony Music Entertainment, or you could go Warner Music Group, each label also having their own subsidiaries as well. At the end of the day, the point of these labels, no matter independent or under the big three umbrella, is to manufacture, distribute, and promote their artists' music, blowing up them to the highest extent that they possibly can be. Essentially selling the brand of the artist they sign and the product that the artist is making, which is the music. Now, those are regular record labels. Like, those are the labels that we've all heard of before. And now what I'm gonna get into, we've heard of it, but most people don't even understand really how these work. They just think, oh, artist starts a record label, boom. But that's really not the case at all. These labels that are owned by successful, already known artists such as Playboi Carti, Drake, Trippie Redd, Travis Scott, etc. are called imprint labels. Many artists nowadays aren't familiar with the regulations of regular record labels. They only know 360. Don't sign a 360. Do not ever sign a 360. I don't even care if it's an Xbox 360. Never. 360, no. No 360, nigga. Don't ever do a 360. Most of these artists don't know the business side of the music industry, which makes sense because the music industry is really known to fuck you over, and that's why they make it as complicated as it can be. And I'll say, unfortunately, it's mostly street rappers that fall to the scam of the music industry. And so, do you know what these record labels choose to do so they can go and sneakily eat that artist's ass and get them from behind, tucking the balls? They create these imprint labels. They let these bigger artists get their labels so that they can entice these smaller artists to sign to the bigger artists. And then once they're done with the bigger artists, these labels come and take their ass back. Because look, once you're done with an imprint label, who the fuck cares about you? I'm dead ass. Who the fuck cares about you? Unless you made like a huge impact, no one gives a fuck. And so these up and coming artists will have a successful, already known artist as, let's say, a big homie of sorts. And they'll grow a bond. And whenever that big rapper or artist, let's say for instance a Drake, feels ready to sign you, that's when you go on to his imprint label, which is OVO. And then you sign that contract, sign your booty away, and become a new Smiley. You suck. I mean, no, you become great. You become great. Now, yes, OVO is a label, but it's an imprint label. If you go any under artist signing OVO, including Drake, you will see it's through Republic, which is under United Music Group, UMG. So yes, OVO's the imprint label of Republic, who's under UMG, if that makes sense to you. I'm gonna break it down more, but just we're at this level right now, okay? So if you're falling behind, my nigga, you're just stupid. Imprint labels are different divisions within a label that usually leave the work of distributing, marketing, and copywriting to the main labels like a Republic Records or Atlantic. So some people might ask a stupid question such as, well, Zio, what's the difference between an independent label and an imprint label? Well, I'm glad your stupid ass asked, because I'm gonna explain to you right now. And also listen, quick note, please don't feel disrespected when I call you a dumbass. It's just jokes, bro. Ain't no beef, bro. You don't gotta pull up on me. Hey, bro, I'm in the suburbs, bro. I'm not no gangbanger, okay? So just chill out on me, okay, please? Thank you. But regarding that question asked, the main difference between an independent label and an imprint label is simply just support. Independent labels have everything done come out of their pocket, like I said earlier, which can get very expensive when you have multiple artists on that label. And if you don't have a breadwinner on that label, then it gets very tough at times. And the one thing you definitely want to get right is promotion. And if you are signed to an independent label where the founder or your management or whoever doesn't have any tapped in sources into the industry, then you're kind of fucked, because how are they going to promote you the right way? But on the other side of the spectrum, if you sign to an imprint label, they have the backing of an entire label. So nothing is ever really coming out of these artists who are the faces of the label's pockets. And all the promo is done from the label and the fact that you are associated with that larger artist. And that's why a lot of these artists are signing into imprint labels, because they feel like they're kind of scapegoating that main record deal and going to a better source for them, because they have that comfortable feeling with the bigger artists. They have a bond with the bigger artists that they can't really get from a record label. At the end of the day, a record label is gonna fuck you over whether you like it or not. They're not trying to be a friend to you or build a relationship. With these imprint labels, they give you a chance to be closer to the person you feel is trying to make the best moves for your career. And listen, just because you're under this imprint label does not mean that the top label cannot still come from under you and fuck your ass, boy. Cause listen, this game is like stocks and investing. They're investing in these imprint labels who invest into these artists to make the main record label back their money. And look, if you're not performing to the standard of these main record labels, they're not gonna fuck with you. They're not gonna give you that cut of the pie that you're wanting to become bigger. And just for instance, people like SoFaygo, who signed to Cactus Jack. SoFaygo had the world in his hands signing. He had the most upright potential, bro. And then he signs. He flops. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This nigga flopped. And so label looks at that and tells Travis, hey, bro, I don't know if we can be able to put the marketing, the promoting, and the same type of energy we were before into SoFaygo for his next album. Because if you see, bro, SoFaygo album from Pink Hearts to, I think his new album was like Go or some shit, was way different when it came to promotion. Pink Hearts was definitely heavily more promoted. And when that flopped, it was like the label was like, okay, bro, we really don't give a fuck no more. So that's when he drops his second album under that Cactus Jack umbrella. And it's not really noticed unless you are a fan of the underground or SoFaygo. At the end of the day, bro, you should honestly do what's best for you, because you're not seen as a human to these people, bro. You're seen as potential and currency. And just like currency, you can either depreciate or appreciate in time. So you depreciating, you're gonna get fucked over. You appreciate, you're still gonna get fucked over, but you might be over to get over that and become more successful in your career. You being able to make a name for yourself and pay back these labels, that means you as an artist, you have that potential. And a label, and remember, a label tossing $2 million at you always means that they see the potential that you can make that shit back and make even more. So don't ever undercut yourself, and don't ever be stupid, bro. Make sure y'all read those contracts. Make sure y'all know the situation you get into, and make sure the people you doing business with, because at the end of the day, this isn't just your bag, this is your life. There's artists till this day who sign record deals from decades ago, still trying to repay back what they were given because they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. And this game, like I said, is real fucked up, bro. These people really do not care about you. They do not. You're just a come up. You're just a bag. So for that instance, I just broke down how an artist record label basically works. And this all started, like I said in the beginning, from me seeing Homicide Gang get signed to Interscope, and people not understanding that Opium is under Interscope. And just because you sign to Opium does not mean you're signed to Interscope. Homicide Gang was signed to Opium in 2022, and they just signed to Interscope in 2024. It's all about what the record label, what they see in the artist, and if the artists believe that it's a good situation for them. So for that, if you enjoyed the video, I'm not even gonna beg for that shit. You already know. If you want to like or sub or do anything, bro, you're gonna do that shit already. So you might as well just do that shit. You feel me? I don't even feel like the need to really say that shit. But join the Discord. I'm probably gonna have another video too right after this one, bro. Double days, double uploading, maybe, but I'm gonna definitely have a video for y'all tomorrow, and my next video might be controversial, bro. It might be, but I'm just gonna be talking facts. You feel me? I just be talking facts on my channel, and people just don't be fucking with it for some reason at times. But I love y'all. I love the support. I appreciate y'all. It's 365 militia forever. Join the Discord, my nigga. I think that's all. Love y'all. Peace out. Stay cool. Soldier out. Oh boy!
You see rainbows on my wrist, shit, this bitch like pack Skittles. Yeah. I just left the spot cooking a half bird, this chicken little. I keep scoring all these touchdowns for the team, I'm George Kittle. I just met this bitch today and she already